Gary Gonzenbach. It is going very well, sir. Join me. Likewise. Thanks for taking a minute to share your time with us today. So Gary Gonzenbach did a podcast with us recently, learned a lot about him. PhD Win is a software that you plug a date, a historical date, could be any month, any year, and a production volume at that date. So that month, that well, or that lease made a certain amount of hydrocarbons. You have that in historic data. And then he coded it so that you can take 20 years of it, 30 years of it, 100 years of it, and also the next 100 years based on futuristic pricing that could be realistic to the future market that we bet on at Wall Street. And he coded the whole thing. PhD Win is used globally. It is the most used software to take historic production and try to figure out what's it going to do in the future and how can we bet our money on that. And it's an amazing story, amazing what you've done. You grew up playing the drums. Welcome to the show, Gary.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, it was fun. It's been, the whole time in the oil field has just been fun. It really has. What I've heard a little bit before, being very entrepreneurial, doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
Getting up in the morning.
That morning groove.
Getting that morning groove and going, okay, this makes me excited for this day. And it's been like that the whole time.
Man.
So, I'm just very blessed.
So what I want to get across right now is you were past president of South Texas, of the Society of Petroleum Evaluation Engineers?
I was president of Society of Petroleum Evaluation Engineers back in 2015.
2015.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
So tell us just a little bit about the basics of the Society of Petroleum Evaluation Engineers.
Yep, so it's very specialized, right? So it is for those guys that build cash flows, look at deals, those types of things. So it's cash flow oriented, reservoir evaluation oriented, those types of things. And SPEE is one of the societies that really contributes heavily into standards, measurements, things like that on how do you evaluate an oil field, so that they weigh really heavy in that.
And so the society is a lot of bankers, investment banker type people, reservoir engineers that are on the evaluation cash flow side.
It's geologists, petroleum engineers, reservoir engineers, bankers, different people like that are, putting the dollar signs to what you buy.
So a man in your experience, which is a pretty cool one because you made something so successful and you talk about that in the podcast and you lost kind of that morning groove you mentioned and you're like, you know what, I'm going to take on a bigger challenge. And so you really dove into the unconventional stuff and all these other parameters beyond what the software could do, and you're developing it and advancing it. Like you're in the middle of that. When you think about the Society of Petroleum Evaluation Engineers for young professionals, for people who want to get in industry, what's the value of that, or how would you what's your advice to students right now?
So, well, the thing is to think about in your career as you're advancing it, it's about networking. It's about stuff like this, right? So something like SPEs, SPE, but also SPEE, really what you get out of those is the networks. You get different levels of networks that you can't get anywhere else. So you're talking to people that are solving some really complex problems all the time, and that networking and getting to know people doing those types of things is invaluable. That's what, to me, that's what makes a career go. So.
That's right. Well, thank you for your time served. Thank you for coming out here on behalf of SPEE and being a part of this event. And come up, talk to him more about what he does, his new software, all his contacts, everything you do, Gary. I'm rooting for you. I still want to go to Napa and do the geology of the wine.
Let's do it, yeah.
His son goes, I'm quitting school. I'm going to a winery. I'm going to make wine. And he's like, what? Any dad would be like, no, you're not. You're going to finish school.
He's going to have his own label in 3 years. It's just going to happen. I just know it.
Man, so he's up there squashing grapes, making wine in Napa Valley.
Yeah.
And I said, man, the soil that makes those grapes is real interesting. Where exactly is it coming from? And he's thinking, oh, man, maybe we should do a geology field trip, Napa Valley, winery, try to figure out where is the soil coming from and why does it make such great wine?
Yeah, I think it'd be a great meeting.
Oh, man, it'd be so much fun.
Let's just go do it.
I'm in.
All right.
Thanks, Gary.